The Hanford site, a little bit of measurement history. Hanford is uniquely located. Hanford is where we made plutonium for weapons research. We enriched nuclear materials into more nuclear materials to make bomb materials. In that, the pollution released from that activity, they were called single pass reactors. That was one issue, dumping radiated water directly into the the Columbia River. Now that sediment is still down at the bottom of the river. There's dams that have held back some of it over time. So the sediment there would be of interest, but this is about the Hanford site itself. It's sitting on what's called an alluvial floodplain, which is an ancient form of landmass buildup. It's a very porous substrate underneath that area. So Hanford's largest problems, besides the radioactivity, is the mixes of all the chemicals used to distill, refine, and purify those super, super precious materials, some of the most expensive materials on the planet for us to produce. Because of the long-term cost, these materials need to be watched forever for human life, for organic life. So, Hanford, about a decade ago, got some millions of dollars to put some advanced, sophisticated groundwater measurement devices along the output of the alluvial floodplain that empties into the Columbia River. These instruments still are, maybe, who knows, the most advanced probably at the time, and put out there to monitor how much effluents are still being released into the Columbia River. This is a continuous, perpetual thing. We could go over the technologies. They're trying to remediate it, so somebody's getting awfully rich off of this. Filthy rich. Same people that have destroyed our education system, so we can barely talk reasonably about what's going on anywhere with nuclear materials. So those instruments are sitting there reading something, giving outputs. And I've seen a little bit of notes about the outputs from those instruments, but I've never seen the outputs. What are they looking at? Has it changed? Has it gone up or down? Would we understand if those instrument readings were released to us? There is a myriad of instruments across that area and site that all add up to some information key and critical to the future generations that want to live in this area. That's the truth. That's how nuclear works. That's how the Hanford site works. The Hanford site, while it was weapons grade, is also a commercial nuclear reactor because they are evil twins. They're related, they're cousins, they're kissing cousins in these conversations. You can't separate them. These are nuclear materials. So, those instruments, sitting there monitoring something, somebody's watching them, somebody's putting it together. Somewhere there's a detailed paper buried within an institution that is also a public utility. We own these things. You can go to opensecrets.org and find out the money flows through the politics of these things. It is time to not be 12.